evidence, documents. This is a clear misappropriation.
I've told you earlier on. Samfara got this money.
Yeah.
They didn't spend it appropriately. Imo got this money. It went to what it was meant for. Bennett got it. So what are we talking about here?
When you say, let's go back to where you started, Zamfara. Let's begin from Zamfara. Where did they divert the money to?
Well, after collecting the money, you know what they did? The governor went back to the House of Assembly members that they should appropriate the money for contracts, for supply of vehicles, for so many mundane things. That of Imo State was taken to a commercial bank, where it was split to some commercial banks for some projects. So in fact, some was transferred to the government house account, where it's being spent. You understand? What I'm driving at is this. We should look at the way and manner our governors are running the state. There should be a forensic audit. In fact, before the federal government granted that bailout at the first time, they will have instructed the government to come out clean. If you ask most of these governors now that how did you arrive at this indebtedness and on the reason why you are not able to pay, they won't come out clean. None of them will come out clean. None of them. I can bet my last
I
on
think it is very important for us so that we don't just generalize. It's important, and we are all Nigerians. Okay. We were part of this process. There was no doubt in the fact that there was a huge challenge with resources, both at the state and the federal level.
How do you arrive at that?
So
how do you arrive at that?
It is a collective responsibility. The federal failed, the states failed, the local governments failed. Because all of them had been living and feeding
did you realize
the money coming
from... Did you realize that in this country there was a particular governor, I think the Northwest, that didn't owe a dime and still left a lot of money in the cover of the state. So how did it happen?
No, you see, many of them have their allocations. There are quite a number of them that are embarked on projects that need to turn around their states. There are some of them that were just also paid. Like in your state, this is actually more of a civil servant state.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Like in my state, we are 3.6 billion as payments. For 66 months, that will have amounted to 237.6 billion.
For 6 months.
For 66 months. Even that 60 months, including the month we are now. You understand? And if you minus, while the whole accrued allocation is 435 billion. If you minus 237.3435, it gives you 197 billion to play with. You don't understand. Then where are all those money?
Well, how do you?
And that is different from the Eco Fund, from the excess crude, from the SURP, from the MDG, from VAT.
No,
what I'm saying in a sense is, number one, that money in most cases, in most of these things, are never needed at the first instance. Then coming out to say we have not been able to pay, given quote and unquote that even the federal government was not able to pay at a particular point or whatever for obvious reasons.
If we are narrowing down to your state in Osun, it would have been standard to also get. I think we are talking generally.
No, wait,
so if we are going to Eco funds and
hold on. I'll get to where you are. Hold on. What I'm saying in essence is this: if you take that as an example, probably if I have documents, if I have access to information on other states, we will have been able to put them side by side to decide, is this justified at the first instance? Then, apart from that justification, we have made mention of states that didn't actually spend the money for what it's actually meant for. You understand? And by the time you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that has done that, then we go back to the basic. We come back to where we started from. That look, number one, there's no reason to ask for.
No,
this same thing you're talking about is asking for that bailout now.
I disagree with you to the extent that
they are building airports. They are building airports with bailout funds. Some of them are building. They are building roads. Those are not what they are.
Where are the evidence for that? Because when we make this public kind of pronouncement, it's important that they are backed with evidential documents, not just hearsay. I mean, as I faulted even the 23 reports. The report of ICPC with regards to 23 states, there are only 2 states that you can point at that is said to have diverted, even by the report of the ICPC.
Okay.
The others,
you mentioned one state. You mentioned one particular state. Let me take you from that. You mentioned one particular state that they said social amount has been spent, social amount still remains in their account.
Yeah.
And as I sit down here tonight, that particular state is still owing. So what went wrong?
No, you're not getting what you're missing the point.
What went wrong?
No, my brother,
he said
this
ICPC
report was
quoted
as at November. So if you're getting, people don't even read the report. Many of those who speak so
if you are talking as at November,
that is the report we are looking at.
Most of the states are still owing now.
Yeah,
Even if they still have that kind of money in their account.
The truth of the matter is that, look, as at the time they were getting that money, let's have an understanding.
Okay.
As at the time they were accessing that money and applying, there was not a projection of the salary up until eternity. It is more or less up until December last year, and they are sounding. Okay. So get it clear. When the funds also started coming, as at today, the federal allocation to the state has not improved. In fact, they had the least in the history of their sharing about last month. So the states are still affected in terms of
hold on a bit. Do you realize that most of these states have a lot of deductions in their federal allocation? That's one of the reasons why they are not.
It is natural. It's not most of these states. Every state.
So
even the federal government also is owing.
So what happened?
There's no problem with owing. Let's understand it. There's no America, which is the largest economy in the world, is the largest indebtor in the world.
I quite agree with you, but you can physically see what those monies are being spent upon. You know.
Of course, you will see.
You see, when you're talking about good governance, when you're talking about good governance encompasses so many things. One, you are responsible to the people. You should allow people to know the day-to-day running of the government. That's why I'm coming from that. Look, 80% of our governors in Nigeria today will not come out.
Are you blaming the government or you are blaming yourself? It is we Nigerians, it is we the people that have failed in our duty.
That's what I said.
Actually hold them to account.
That's what I said, Charlie. I'm going to blame 4 people.
Yeah.
I'm talking properly.
You are blaming the governors.
What are the other assembly members doing?
All right, gentlemen. We'll need to take a very quick break. But while we're going on that break, I'd like you to think about something that someone asked you. He said, was the bailout fund even necessary in the first place? So we'll take a moment and come back. Don't go away.